say in Africa, for example, a man and a woman, they be married, they may not, and they have children. And you know, there's not much medical care in Africa right now. And one of those male children, he got AIDS from birth. Or not AIDS, he got HIV from birth. And it didn't show until 15, 16 years later. And he didn't know. And he married his wife, and he gave it to his wife.
Where would he have to catch it from?
His parents. Because from birth. How would his wife? Say she could have followed the Bible.
How would his parents catch AIDS?
Well, that could have been from anything. But that's not the case. Say it was from sin. Say they did catch it from sin, and then they had a son, and then his son married a girl, and then she followed the Bible her whole life.
Sure, I mean,
but she followed. But you're saying if you follow the Bible, it's impossible. She could have followed the Bible, and she would have got infected.
But he didn't.
No, he did. He was born.
Someone down the line
had
AIDS, HIV in the beginning. It's impossible, either from blood, sexually transmitted diseases. You cannot go ahead breathing the air of somebody that have AIDS and catch AIDS. You can't sit on the commode and catch AIDS, right?
But what I'm saying is, how did that female? She could have followed the Bible. You said
but her mate had it.
Yeah, her mate did. He got it from birth. His parents gave it to him.
So one of his parents, his parents gave it to him from some act that was not Bible-based.
But your statement was, if you follow the Bible,
right,
is it impossible for you to get AIDS?
It is. It is.
That female got AIDS, and she followed the Bible her whole life and never deviated from it.
No. Okay.
So it is possible. It is possible.
I see we're playing on words now. But
no, it's not. Listen, you said it was impossible if you follow the Bible to get HIV.
Let's say everybody. Let's change that. So I'm sorry.
So is it unbiblical to come up with inoculations, antiviruses? Because that's how the first person got infected. Was that unbiblical? And they could have followed the Bible.
What we are saying, if married couples and or single people before they got married, if they followed Bible principles.
What about an ear piercing? A female got an ear piercing, and she got it from that. A dirty needle.
We can always throw some
zingers
in. But I'm talking about reality.
But being the fact that you can't,
you're right, Mike.
Being the fact that you can't put those, that makes what you said false. Because what if she got her ear pierced and she got it from a dirty needle?
Oh yeah, just like a guy walking on the beach and gets stuck with a needle.
Yeah. He walking in the sand, he got stuck in the foot by a needle, by an intravenous drug user.
But if you're not sexual promiscuous, which the Bible condemns,
you can still get
blood into your body. You don't take foreign blood into your body.
What if you're working in a hospital and you're helping people and you get infected by an accident?
It happens.
You know.
And the loving thing to do, if you were a practicing Christian, you would let your mate know, or if you were single and wanted to date, you would be tested, and you would let that future mate know, so they can decide if I want to pursue.
I feel like you're trying to say that HIV is a gay disease, and it's not.
No, nobody said that. No.
And it's. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can catch HIV. I mean, through birth it's a good one, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
you can't say that those people deserved it.
No, I don't think nobody deserved it. But I also think that everybody should follow Bible principles to the best of their ability.
See, and what we've come to know, whatever we may face in this life, the Creator, the source of life, He delights in giving life. He's going to reverse it. In His promised new world, He's going to reverse all of that. Because all of these things are byproducts of being sinners, Adamic sin. And so that's what He wants. He wants us being perfect, living forever on a cleansed paradise earth. And that's what He's going to get us back to.
But what about the people who they're attracted to their same gender, just as you are to the opposite gender, and they're otherwise good people. That's the only, they just like the same gender.
They have to change according to 1 Corinthians.
But
that is what they were.
I don't think you're getting a full grasp of how unnatural that would be, because that's like, I'm trying to imagine if I just decide, that's like for me just saying I'm going to choose to be gay. I could try my hardest, and I don't think I could do it. It's just not, it's not in me, and that's how I feel. That's probably, it's actually that's how gay people feel when they're trying to be straight.
I'm telling you, Mike, I'm not privy to know, and I really, if I did, I really wouldn't want to put my fellow brothers and sisters out there.
Yeah.
Jehovah's Witnesses, we're some 8 million strong, and I definitely know that we've had ones that have practiced homosexuality before, where they have changed.
Yeah. How do they change?
Because applying the principle.
They don't have gay tendencies.
Oh, they still probably have them, but they fight them, and that's the scripture. You said you deaden those desires. Because
what I could see that leading to, for me, and what it's sad is I could see a teenager, maybe in junior high or high school, and they have homosexual tendencies, and then they're growing up and they're told that that's bad, and they have to fight that, and because of their biology, how their brain works, the hormones they were exposed to already in the womb, that they can't, and there's teens that kill themselves for that reason all the time, And the suicide rate is high because they're being grown up and told that what they're doing is wrong.
And I say this, I have a very close friend. I remember him before coming into the truth. I remember when he started doing drugs. Okay. It was so bad, he was married to a nurse, and he would be sleeping under houses. Okay. Now, when he left New York, he came down south. I saw him in an assembly. He's an elder in the congregation. He's remarried and everything else. He told me, he said, do you know, he wakes up in the morning and he has the same, there's something about crack and stuff that it's the same stuff.
We were discussing that the one of our last times. But it was these documentaries right here. What those types of drugs do is they change the way your brain works, because you have nerves and glands that are pulsing out chemicals.
Yeah.
And when you do drugs, they're like overused, and so they don't work naturally. So their brain works differently.
Right. And the reason why I'm saying that, talking to him, and like I said, I've been knowing him, we were all kids. He said he still has that same fight, but it's a fight every day. Mm-hmm. He has not touched the drugs since then, and but the point is, it's basically the same thing with any type of addiction, be it homosexuality, be it drugs, be it alcohol.
I don't think you can call homosexuality an addiction, though.
It's the same principle. It's a fight. You have a fight. I have a fight. Mark have a fight. It might be different.
Yeah.
I have a fight with things that happened to me 40-some years ago. Every day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But I don't understand how you could put that in the same class as homosexuality.
No. Because everybody has a fight.
Yeah.
Some people. My stepdaughter had a fight a few months ago, and in November she committed suicide. Brilliant girl, beautiful girl.
How old was she?
41 years old.
Still young.
And the point is, her fight was that her husband left her.
Yeah.
The girl could have, you would say she's the type that could get almost any guy, but that was her fight. She could not conquer it. And so again, it may be trivial to some people, just like your friends that are gay. Their fight is something that they have to do.
Yeah.
But the point is, and maybe people say, well, I don't know how you're still standing with the things you've been through.
Yeah.
You know, or either you know, or Mark. So the point is that scriptures help us to appreciate that God will not allow us to be tested more than, in your case, you can bear, Mark can bear.
But how, I mean, I'm not trying to offend you, but how could you say that your daughter, I mean, it would seem to me that it was more than she was able to bear.
The point is, it's easy to give up or give in.
Yeah.
One
I mean, would you acute it to, because in the Bible, like suicide is condemned.
Well,
or would you acute it to an illness, like her brain wasn't working correctly?
Her brain may not have been working correctly. I mean, see, I understand what I'm saying. I'm not.
Because clinical depression, bipolar, that's things that it's a sickness. The brain isn't. It's like having a disease.
That's true, but on the same token, we all have to put up a fight for something.
Yeah.
You know, and it could be something.
But being that it's a disease, and you know diseases come in varieties, and you know some worse than others.
Sure.
Well, sometimes people have a disease that they can't get over, such as cancer, and no matter how hard they fight it, that they're not going to be able to overcome that disease.
That's true.
Now, how could you say it's impossible that a mental disease can't?
I'm not saying that. And the point is, you have to put up a fight.
But you are saying that when you say that God won't give somebody something more than they can bear.
That's what scriptures say. I mean,
but when somebody
he's merciful and kind.
Yeah.
Also.
But when somebody has a mental disease that they can't bear.
When you read the scriptures, you'll find people in the Bible that gave up their life for the truth. I have some documentaries at home about in Germany during World War II. And the only thing that the Germans that were Jehovah's Witnesses had to do was sign a piece of paper and say that they would not be a Jehovah's Witness anymore, and they could walk out of the concentration camp.
Really?
Oh yeah, I have it.
I mean, was that the German soldiers or the citizens?
German citizens.
Really? So
and the only thing,
I mean, they could like they're hiding from the same way like the Jews were.
Matter of fact, if you think about it,
I didn't know
the first prisoners in the concentration camps was Jehovah's Witnesses.
I didn't know that either.
They have the Holocaust Museum in
D.C.
Yeah, I've been in the one in Houston.
Yeah. If you go to D.C. see that now, it's too emotional for me, but I haven't been yet.
Yeah.
I have daughters that are not witnesses, and they were like, Dad, you never told us. Jehovah's Witnesses were in the concentration camps and stuff.
Yeah, I did a research paper. I've done a lot of study on the Holocaust.
I'll tell you what, if I don't come back, I'll give you a copy through Mark. But the point is that the only thing they had to do was sign a statement, I will not be a Jehovah's Witness, and walk out. Now, some of them could have been slick and said, well, I'll sign it, and as soon as I get out, I'm going to go back preaching.
Yeah.
They were not signed, and some of them died. They were executed. Some was beheaded, some was hanged, and everything else. And so the point is, that was their fight. If they, within them...
Do you believe that was the right thing to do? On their part, not to say? I mean, not to denounce their faith?
Of course. I mean, I think it was. But no, let me finish.
I mean, they had children,
Let me put it like this. If you ask me this moment, if I was put in that same position, would I do the same thing? I don't know. Yeah. I'm just speaking as a human. But these brothers and sisters had that faith, that conviction, no matter what.
I don't know if that's necessarily the right thing to do, because I could see a mother with her 4 kids, and if I had a chance to get my kid out of a situation like that, I will put myself through anything. I will endure any punishment.
Do you remember the story of Daniel and the Hebrew slaves?